And I've always low-key wanted to just kind of sell everything and start over. And I'm actually getting to do that, and I'm like, whoa. Howdy guys, my name is Abby. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Today is going to be my Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me. So basically every month I pick new makeup items to focus on using for the entire month. And toward the beginning of every month I will do a Get Ready With Me, basically where I do my makeup using all of the products that are in my Shop My Stash, and also give you some life updates to talk about random stuff. The products that I use in these aren't all necessarily new products. Some of them are, some of them are not. Look, you guys, I don't want to hear it about my face, okay? Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I think I'm about to start my period, but it doesn't usually get this bad, so I don't know what's going on. And I haven't changed my skincare routine or anything. And I'll put the products that I'm using, the name in the corner down there, just so I don't have to stop and mention them all. So what's going on with me, what's not going on with me, I should say. So about a week ago, I launched my blog. It's at abbyhuang.com. And I always have it linked below if you want to check it out. But I just wanted another place to kind of just diversify my content and put more stuff out there. And I have an AdSense account, so I think I can start putting ads on it, but it's in the review state right now. I've had to make some changes. Because I had like drop down links at the top for stuff that I didn't really have. Like I had a link for fashion, which I didn't have any fashion posts yet because I was going to make some, but Google was like, no, you shouldn't have that. So I'll just wait and then put that link back up when I get some posts on there. I have quite a few posts up already. I just put another one up today that was kind of recapping the best products out of my empties video. And then I had some that I worked really hard on, like I have all the cruelty-free options at the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale that's still going on right now that I'm posting this. If you're watching it later, it might not be up, it might not be relevant. Then I have a list of cruelty-free and vegan foundations under, or $16 or under on there as well. And I'm going to be constantly updating that. So if a new one comes out, I'll post about it. And I sorted them all by like coverage level and the finish. So if you're looking for a matte foundation or a dewy one or something light coverage, something full coverage, I like kind of described them all on there. I made a little chart and everything. So, and when I make a post, I will post about it in my Instagram stories and my Twitter, and I will send out an email. I think I'm gonna do emails once a week. So I'm thinking about posting 1 to 2 posts a week, and then I'll send emails like once a week just to remind you of the posts that went up that week or whatever. And then y'all link the YouTube videos there as well, because YouTube has been unsubscribing people from me and from other creators. Like I know there's a few people that I used to like that used to comment on my videos all the time, and then they're just gone. So I'm like, well, did they unsubscribe, or did they like just get unsubscribed and they don't realize it? Like that maybe they thought I've stopped posting or something. It's kind of frustrating. So if you don't, so any creator that you like and want to keep seeing their videos, I would suggest to follow them on other platforms, because YouTube is not doing a good job at like notifying people or keeping people subscribed to channels that they want to watch. And that's part of the reason why I wanted a blog too, because like I'm almost totally in control. I'm more in control of that than I am at like my YouTube and Instagram. The only thing that could happen with my blog is like if the hosting company goes down or something, or if WordPress goes down, but I mean that's pretty rare. So let's see, what else am I going to talk about? So there are definitely some big life updates that I kind of wanted to mention, and then I guess toward the end I'll talk about like the makeup that I've been eyeballing and looking at for these Labor Day sales. So, which if by the time you're saying this is not Labor Day anymore. So in these videos I usually give an update about my fiance and what's going on with that. So if you haven't seen my other videos, he is in training right now. He's in AIT for the Army, which basically means he's like learning about his specific job that he's going to be doing, and he graduates in November. There are still a few unknowns. I mean, a few things have kind of been resolved, I should say, with what's going on. So the unknown is that we don't know with the current situation, because they've kind of locked down travel for all military and so we don't know if he's going to be coming home for, at least for Christmas or anything, before he ships out. Which the plan was, the easiest thing for us would be if he can come home at least for Christmas, if not right after when he graduates, which would be even better, I think. And then we get married then, and then he goes back, he goes to wherever he's going to be stationed, which I do know where that is, but I'm not going to say where it is. So he would go back to where he's going to be stationed and have me put on his orders, which would allow me to stay on base and get healthcare and all that stuff. And then once all that's settled and everything, then I would fly over to where he's going to be, and that would be like the easiest route to go. But if he can't come home, then we're gonna have to work out how I can get to where he's going to be, and then we like get married on a weekend or something, like we'd have to go to the consulate or something, some place like that, to be able to get married. And then I'd have to wait there because plane tickets to this location are very, very, very expensive, so I couldn't just fly back and forth. And then once I get put on his orders there, then we could move to whether it's off base or somewhere on the base to live. That would cost a lot of money, both in the plane ticket, which either way I have to pay for the plane ticket, but if I have to stay there like in a hotel or something, that's going to be a lot of money because it could be weeks waiting on the paperwork and everything. Plus, the big thing would be quarantining, because this country is requiring all incoming like immigrants basically to, not really immigrants, even just visitors, to quarantine for 15 days. And if I am not on his orders, then I would have to pay for the quarantine out of pocket. So it's like, I think I was reading something, it was like $100 and some a night to stay at this quarantine facility. But if you already lived there and you were coming back, you could stay at your own house. But if you are, you know, visiting or immigrating or something, then you have to stay at their facility to be monitored. But if I was on his orders and I had to quarantine, then the army would pay for it. So that would be the better option. So I am kind of glad that we know kind of where he's going, but it could change because the orders aren't final yet. But it seems like it's going to be a done deal that it's going to be this place. But it's the unknown of when he's going to be able to come home and when I'm going to be able to go, because it's looking like 100% for certain that I'm not going to be able to go physically with him when he goes over there. So that did kind of take some stress off, or also added some stress when we figured out where he's going to be going. Because he could, like I said before, he could have been stationed in the same state that we live in, because there are army bases here, but he could go somewhere pretty far away, and he is going far away, but at least we know. I don't have a brow pencil in my rotation, so I don't know what I want to use. I don't want to use the inked brow because it doesn't come off. Use this Milani Weekend brow. This is one of those like brush tip marker style brow things. But the kicker with where we're going is that I cannot continue my business over there. So I talked about this in my last video, but I'll just kind of recap right now. So basically I own a small business where I make and sell things that I sew, like fabric items, and I can't take all that. There's no way. I pretty much am going to have to just take what I can fit in maybe 2 suitcases and a carry-on, and that's about it. So there's no room for even like a sewing machine, which would take up like a whole suitcase, which the outlets in this country are different from here anyways, so I can't take any appliances. That means that I'm going to have to liquidate and get rid of my supplies and everything. I thought about trying to keep the supplies and like if we come back and then starting it up again, but there's just no way. And I am going to have to sell a bunch of stuff to be able to pay for the plane ticket and all that fun stuff. And especially if we have to quarantine in one of those facilities, because that's going to cost a lot. I do really like this brow marker thing. It's fairly new, and I just have a feeling that it's not going to last very long. Like it's going to dry out really quick, but this would be amazing if it didn't, because I like the results. But my brow hairs, can you see on this side? they just point down, and no matter what I do. Maybe if I take some of this brow gel. This side doesn't do that, but the other one does. I don't know why. Oh, none of my hair in my eyebrow. Kind of put some gel and then tap it down with my finger. I saw somebody on Instagram do their brows, like do the laminated thing with like actual hair gel. And I was like, that is genius. Are these even? I don't know. Usually I don't realize my eyebrows are uneven until like my makeup is almost done. Alright, so I'm going to use the Colored Raine Juicy Boost palette because it is the newest one. And I just ordered actually some of the, crap, my brain just farted. I cannot think of what. Oh, the September Rose Slush palette and then the Brew palette. The Slush 2 palette is out of stock, but I'll get it when it comes back in stock. But I'm super excited about those. They're really bright colors and stuff. Well, the Slush palette is bright colors and the Brew palette is more neutrals, which I actually don't really have any neutral palettes. So I have like 3 eyeshadow primers already, and I just bought another one. I need to stop. So back to what I was saying, I can't bring my business with me, so I have been trying to come up with new things that I can do because I don't want to have to change jobs every time he moves around because it could be pretty frequently. So one thing that I have been working on, well, besides the blog, is printable things. Basically like digital download stuff that you can buy, like if I have an Etsy, or I'm going to set up my own website for that too. Actually a cheaper one than the one that I'm using now for my other business. Right now the first thing that I think I'm going to launch is some Halloween stuff. That could be like little gift tags or decorations or anything that you would basically just buy from me, and then you would get a downloadable PDF file and you could print it at home or at like a print shop or something. And then that way for me there's no product and there's no inventory or anything. I don't have to worry about shipping. And that would be something that I could do from literally anywhere. The only thing that I'm worried about is like my IP address in a different country, like if that would mess anything up. Which I'll have to look into. I'll have to be Googling like, does XYZ website work in XYZ country? I mean, I suppose I could get a VPN subscription that would bypass all of that, but I don't know. Are VPNs even allowed in this country? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I still have to look into. I love that this palette is so bright and colorful, but then I can still get this like poopy brown kind of look from it, which I really like. And I've always low-key wanted to just kind of sell everything and start over. And I'm actually getting to do that, and I'm like, whoa. Because I will pretty much have to sell like 95% of my stuff. Like personal stuff and my business products and supplies. So if you guys want anything from my shop, Cruelty-Free Stitchery, get it now because it's not going to be around for too much longer. I have, let's see, 3 more smaller shows, and I am trying to get into this bigger craft show in October, and I'm hoping that will help me to clear out some inventory. I don't want to have to clearance it all out and lose money on it by, you know, like putting it at like 50 to 60% off on Etsy or something. So I really like this glitter, like these glitter shades in this palette, but they are so messy. They fall out everywhere, and I really don't want to deal with it. So I'm going to use a different product. So this is the e.l.f. They don't put the e.l.f. start putting the names on the, but I think this is their liquid glitter shadow, and this is the shade Copper Pop. So I'm going to use that and see how it goes. I feel like it's a similar color. It's definitely very fall looking. Let that dry with my eyes kind of closed so they don't stick together. So yeah, I have to sell literally everything that I own, besides some clothes and my makeup, of course. And I kind of was thinking about these lights that I have, because they fold up and fit in a little case. Don't get everywhere. But the outlets there are different. So is it worth plugging in 3 different, like getting adapters for 3 different plugs, basically? because that would take up like my whole suitcase for the lights. So I'm thinking it's probably not worth it. I'll like keep them here. It'll be one of the few things that I keep like at my parents' house, because when we come back I'll be able to use them. I'm gonna have to sell my car too, probably, which will actually really help. Well, once I wash my car, it'll be worth a little bit. I was gonna give it to my brother because he's 17 and he doesn't even have his permit yet. So I asked him if he wanted it, and he said, he said he would take it, but it's not the car that he would want. And he is really tall and the car is really tiny. It's like if I have my hair in a bun, my head hits the roof. That's how small it is. But if I sell the car, I can get probably a couple thousand out of it, which would really, really help. You know what else would really help is another stimulus check, but I'm not gonna get into that. Alright, I gotta use my trick to see how it's looking. I always have to put my shadow way up higher than I think I need to. Wrong shade. I always have to put my eyeshadow way higher than I feel like I need to, because I think with my hooded eyes, it kind of makes it look small, even though it's almost touching my brows. I do kind of want to do a video about how I'm going to, or like how I pack basically all my life belongings into 2 suitcases. So I think what I'm going to do though is, since we move, it'll probably be winter, I'm going to bring like a few winter clothes, and then I'm going to maybe have my parents ship a big trunk that's got the rest of my stuff in it, so I don't have to carry literally everything with me. And I just did that massive clothing declutter, and now I'm going to be doing another one. Alright, I put my mascara on off camera. I used the Milani waterproof one. That's literally what it's called, the waterproof one. I just need a waterproof one to help with my lashes curling, because they just point straight down. Which I guess that's kind of them doing their job, because they're supposed to keep things from getting into your eyeballs, you know? So I'm also not too enthused about having to do a big yard sale, because people, which I'd rather do an in-person yard sale, I think, than try to list everything on Facebook Marketplace. I've done that before. I don't recommend. I want to have all my fabric and everything in that sale. I might have to do 2. Gosh, I just fixed that and I did the same thing again. I'm going to use Tomboy from Melt. I've tried this without a lip liner before and it does not work, so lip liner is definitely the way to go. So there's the finished look, very fall grungy-ish, which I'm really into these days. So my next video is going to be if I don't get this lipstick on my teeth. My next video is going to be a haul, like a collective haul of all the stuff that I got this month, and then what else? I am planning on a few purchases for the Labor Day sales, so I just ordered some from KVD. So I was gonna wait and get some KVD stuff from Ulta because I wanted the Emma foundation that's gonna be on sale for the 21 days sale at Ulta. How many times can I say sale? But I think I'm gonna wait on that because KVD was having a 10% off when you sign up for their email list, and they had the foundation from them that I wanted, the Portrait Foundation, for half off, so I went ahead and got it there. And then I'll just get like a few other things with the Emma foundation. There's some new stuff from Pacifica that's skincare. I actually do need a new eye cream because I used up my last one, and then I have a little mini sample that I'm using right now that's almost out. But other than that, I got those palettes from September Rose because they were having a sale, and then I think that's probably all I'm going to get because I really need to save some money. I do really want some clothes from Girlfriend because they have like the activewear kind of stuff, which I'm not active, but I like to wear activewear. And they have like all recycled and sustainable stuff, and they just came out with some new colors that I really, really like, but they are pretty pricey, understandably. So that's probably not going to happen, but I guess that's about it. My battery is about to die. Let me know if you have any questions or anything else that you want me to talk about, any other videos, or any other looks that you want to see with the Juicy Boost palette, and I will get that done for you. Click up here to watch my most recent video, or click up here to watch my Project Pan update. And be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss seeing my face in your subscription box every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at noon Eastern time. All my social media and the products that I use down below and my blog are going to be linked in the description box, and I will see you guys in the comments. Bye.